Hi, Emily from Corkboard Concepts here. We're going to go through audience modelling and how we do it and why it's important for your business and your general marketing strategy. Audience modelling is really important because it enables you to reach more of the types of audience that you're looking for. And we do this through collecting data on Facebook pages, through Instagram accounts, through website tracking, and so many other places. So basically, the more information that you have on your audience, the better it is to model that audience and to get more people like that. So trails of data are left around all the time, from when someone visits your website to when they go to your Facebook page or they scroll through your Instagram feed. When they're going through all this information, they're leaving little nuggets of wisdom that you could use to better contact those people and also people like them. The problem is a lot of business owners don't know how to utilize that data properly, and so they sit on it and don't realize that they're missing a really good opportunity to reach those people better and to find other people like them as well. So when we're looking at audiences that we don't have a lot of information from, it's kind of like looking at a very blurry image. So here we have a 3x3 pixel representation of an image. As you can see, it's pretty blurry, and it's the same thing as having audiences visit your website or your social media profiles but not capturing the data from them properly. You might know some basic information like their age, for example, but that's not enough to model an audience of. So as we get more information about our audience, the image of them gets clearer. We can see this through going through the images: 6x6, 12x12, 24x24, which eventually leads us to a slightly clearer image here, the 30x30 pixel representation. So when you get more information from your audience, you're able to build a clearer picture about what motivates them, more about their behaviour rather than just their demographics alone. So we'll continue to go through getting more data points equaling a clearer image. So here we have the 48x48, 96x96, 192x192, and that brings us to the 300x300. While it's a lot clearer, it still leaves out some of those finer details that might be the difference between a potential customer and an actual customer. So once you have more appropriate tagging and analytics on your website and social media and other accounts, for example, you start to get an even clearer representation of your audience. So instead of just relying on demographic information, you might get more psychographic information as well. And that includes more buyer behavior, purchase intent, and all of these again are really, really important in converting the right people at the right time and also modeling that audience as well. So again, we're going through that process of adding more data and then eventually getting a clearer image. So here we have the 3000x3000 pixel representation, which is a heck of a lot clearer than the other ones, but there's still some finer details that we might be missing out on, but we do have a pretty good representation here. The best performance though comes from really high resolution data points that's really hyper focused on specific events being taken out, specific actions or specific character traits. And this is important because it means that you're targeting the right people at the right time and place. And without these data points, you're simply just not going to be able to do that, and you'll be wasting a lot of your marketing budget. So if we're looking at the specific writer here, we can see that he already has quite a few brands that you'll probably recognize. Maybe he needs ties every few months. He prefers a certain brand of helmet. He needs new pads after every number of rides. But he's an active parts and service buyer, so he is actually a really good person to target. And now that we have more information about what sort of drives him, we can reach out to him and people like him as well based off of our audience modeling. So an important thing to note is throughout this whole presentation, the rider himself is wearing a helmet. And in this instance, it's not just for safety, it's actually keeping him anonymous. And it's kind of like how someone is when they're browsing the internet, visiting your website or going to your social media profiles. While we can't see exactly who it is by name or address coming to your platforms, we can see that this type of person is coming in, and that will help us with audience modeling to capture more people like them. So just to clarify, audience modeling is really important to do before you start doing marketing campaigns online. It means that you can target the right people at the right time, and this means that your marketing budget will be a lot more effective. It means that your cost per click dollar might be less. It means that your search marketing campaigns will be a lot more effective, and it means that you might get better reach on your social media campaigns as well. So audience modeling is really something that takes a bit of time and expertise, but if you do it right and do it properly, you can have very successful marketing campaigns.